Hi, welcome. I'm going to be teaching you how to do an in-home shake tasting presentation, or whatever you want to call it, sip and sample, launch party, any creative name that you come up with, they're all the same. We are inviting people into our homes, going to do a very short presentation to tell them a little about Isagenix, how it works, what it feels like to be on the system, and then giving them the opportunity to sample some of the products. Very, very quick and easy. What I want to recommend to you is that you follow the slides every time. Keep it simple. Less is actually more. And if you can get finished from the start of your presentation until the mixing up of the shakes in 45 minutes, that's the perfect time. The most important part of the meeting is the meeting after the meeting. After you're already done presenting, when people are enjoying the shakes and everybody's talking and asking questions and engaging in the conversation. So we want to get the meeting part done so you can get to the most important part, which is the meeting after the meeting. So let's start at the beginning. I keep it very, very simple. I have my presentation either on an iPad or on my telephone. I use Apple products, so I have it under the Keynote files. We'll have it available for you in PowerPoint if you have an Android. So you can just download it directly to whatever device you want to use. Now, I bring with me, obviously, my device. And so that I can plug my device into the television, I bring this cord. It has an HDMI port here, and it plugs into my phone here. So I plug it right into my phone. I plug my HDMI cord into this, which is plugged into my device, and this goes into the back of the television. Pretty much every home I have been to in the last 5 years has a television with an HDMI port. And so then it's very simple. And then I just open up my presentation and it's there on the screen. I use my phone as a remote. My phone controls the presentation. So that makes it really easy, very, very duplicable. Anybody can do that regardless of what type of device they have. Now, as far as setup goes, before the meeting, here's a couple of things. I like to have really upbeat music playing in the background when people walk in. More often than not, you're having these presentations in the evening. So people are coming after work. They might be tired. They might be hungry. So we want to do things that are uplifting, starting with the music. Second, it's awesome if you happen to have some of our Amped Hydrate. Have that in small cups so you can just give them a little taste of that. If you have the Isagenix coffee, feel free to brew that and give them a taste of that. We're not giving people a meal, but you're giving them something so that they can taste what you have. And also, it helps if they have low blood sugar. You help bring their blood sugar up before the presentation starts. If the blood sugar is low, people are going to be in a less positive mindset. So another way to do that is to take at least one Isodelight. I like to do 1 or 2 Isodelights only, and I break them up so that people can taste them. I take a bar, if I have whatever flavor bar that I have, and I cut that into pieces and I let people taste that too before we start the meeting. Also giving them something to talk about, number 1, but number 2, it's also helping to lift their blood sugar with some of this product. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to go through the presentation slide by slide for you so that you can see exactly what I do. So we're going to start at the top. Now, when they walk in, this is the screen that they see on the television. Makes it very, very easy. There's nothing distracting them. They know this is an Isagenix presentation. They know what they're going to get. And I usually ask whoever's home we're in if they will welcome everybody. It's their friends after all. This is their home, so we want them to welcome everybody and tell a little bit about their story, their results on the product, and then they just introduce whoever the speaker is. Now the next slide is blank. This is where you are going to put your before and after photos. I left it blank, but here's ours. So I come up and I share very briefly my story with Isagenix. And I start with my product results. I say, this is me and my husband. This is how I felt before Isagenix. I was feeling depressed, uncomfortable in my own skin. My hormones were crazy. And, I share a little bit about my story and I tell them how I feel now. And I say that, we've been on the products for us, it's been a little over 5 years. You share your story. And so after that, then I say, listen, here, what we're going to do here tonight is I'm going to tell you a little bit about Isagenix, what makes Isagenix different, and how it feels to be on Isagenix. Then I'm going to talk to you about how you can get your products paid for, and we're going to taste shakes. So it's going to be really casual and really quick. The next slide is a video. The video that I have in here now is the Transform Your Life video, but there are a number of really great videos that you can use. You can use the Transform Your Life video. You can use the brand new one that says Isagenix Explained, or you can use the Mary Evans video. Whichever one you really resonate with, use that one. But the one that's in here that's already embedded in the presentation is the Transform Your Life video. So I play that video and I allow them to listen to it. I stand back. And when the video is over, as it gets to the end screen of this video, I like to share something about the video, something that they just listened to that resonates with me. I may talk about the science. When you hear the doctor talking about the different clinical studies that were on the product. One of the things I love to share with people is that everybody in the Isagenix videos is an actual product user. That's something that's really important to me. And so I ask if anybody has any questions, and then I move on to the next slide. The next slide is, this is what it looks like to use Isagenix on a daily basis. Now, what you're looking at on this screen follows pretty much exactly the guideline that Isagenix puts out for using the products. This is I really emphasize that this is a guideline. You can look around the room and everybody is a different age, a different size, and a different body type. So this is not a one size fits all. This is not a pass or fail. We're teaching you how to integrate Isagenix into your lifestyle. And some of the verbiage that I use is, we start you on your maintenance. And so I like to actually I begin speaking about cleanse days. I tell them there's really only 2 days at Isagenix. There's shake days and cleanse days. And because I get the most questions about the cleanse days, I'm going to start with those. So just so you know, when you're talking about cleanse days, I like to refer to them as, I tell people that we at Isagenix call them cleanse days. But really, these are intermittent fast days. And at Isagenix, we do nutritionally supported intermittent fasting. And so I go through some of the benefits. Now, you do not have to be a product expert, but I would say a couple of things to help them to understand what cleansing does to their body. I like to explain what happens to your body on an intermittent fast. Your body first has to utilize something for stored energy. And so the body will go after stored fat. And because of this incredible product, Cleanse for Life, got over 200 botanicals in it. It's got an aloe vera base, ionic alfalfa, which has 70 trace minerals, and many other ingredients that help the body to supercharge its natural detoxification abilities. Helps to cleanse the blood system, the lymph system, your kidney, your liver, and even the colon. And it does it very, very gently. It works in congruency with the body's natural systems of detoxification. Now, the reason that diets don't work and that people springboard so often when they do a diet is that diets just reduce calories. It's just math. But the issue for most people is the toxicity. So toxins are fat-loving. The fat absorbs them and they love to stay trapped inside of that fat. But when you drink Cleanse for Life, they become water-loving toxins. So now, when you're drinking this drink and you're abstaining from food on an intermittent fast day, the toxins now go into the water instead of the fat, and your body can now remove the toxins through the natural detoxification processes. This allows you to be able to remove body fat the way that you were supposed to, this stored body fat. So that's the first thing that happens, is your body is utilizing stored fat. The next thing that happens is our bodies are so smart, right? They're so smart. So your body goes after sick and unhealthy cells to metabolize, to use for energy. So this is an incredibly anti-aging thing to do, is these cleanse days. There's a multitude of benefits. I highly recommend that you go onto the isagenixhealth.com and pick a few things. It doesn't have to be a lot, a few things about cleansing that you love, and just say those few things. So I explain people how it's done. On a cleanse day, we drink this amazing drink. It's delicious 4 times a day. We're drinking water in between, and we have a multitude of different types of snacks that help to enhance the cleansing process, your intermittent fasting day. We have savory, we have sweet, we have chocolate, and we have little wafers. So I explain how that's done. And then I ask if anybody has any questions. One of the things that I like to do when I talk about cleansing is I like to say, listen, people are usually scared and they're thinking they're going to have to stay at home and buy extra toilet paper because they're thinking it's one of those toilet cleanses. This is not a poop cleanse. This is a cellular cleanse. It's cleansing your body on the cellular level. And so I talk about how important that is. But remember, when you're doing a presentation, you want to keep it fun and you want to keep it entertaining, right? Keep people interested in what you're going to say. So you say something a little bit shocking like the word poop in front of people that don't know you, and their ears will perk up a little bit. The next thing I talk about is I talk about shake days. And I say shake days is predominantly what we're doing. We do cleanse days a few times a month, once a week, or 2 times back to back in a 30-day period of time. But the rest of the time, we're doing shake days. And on these shake days, we are incorporating these superfood shakes in with some healthy meals. The Isagenix guideline is 2 shakes a day and 1 knife and fork meal around 400 to 600 calories. And I know that is a guideline, but I'm going to share with you what I have done from the beginning. I have done 2 shakes and 2 meals for 5.5 years. We teach clean eating alongside of Isagenix. So when you're eating clean meals, they're very low caloric and they're very dense in nutrition. So the combination of the 2 has been wonderful. Now, like I said, it's not cookie cutter. So Bobby does 3 shakes a day and 3 meals. So it depends on everybody's body and their needs. But I will go into what the shakes are, because these are not just protein shakes. I will talk about the protein, but they are not just protein shakes. They are complete meal replacements. They have an ionic alfalfa base as well, which means there's 70 trace minerals in this shake. You've got healthy carbohydrates, healthy fats, very low in sugar. It's only about the amount of sugar of about 1/2 of an apple, and the sugar comes from fruit. So it's low glycemic. But let's talk about what is so unique about Isagenix. The protein comes from grass-fed cows. This is a very, very big deal. When cows are grass-fed, it's actually higher than organic standards. They are getting all the minerals that are in the ground that comes up through the grass. So we have grass-fed cows is where we get the protein. The second is we use undenatured whey, which means the whey itself, it keeps its shape, its molecular shape, instead of being pressed down, which is denatured whey. So this is a very big deal. And then we add back in enzymes back into the shake. So that makes the nutritional profile of our shakes identically the same as raw dairy. This is very, very unique and makes our shakes extremely potent. There is a lot of science behind whey protein and its ability to help your body burn fat and gain lean muscle at the same time. And that's one of the things that makes Isagenix so incredibly unique. I do tell people we offer a plant-based variety of shakes and meal supplement bars as well. So at this point, I asked if anybody have any questions about shake days. And this is a great time for you to engage with your audience and let them ask questions so that you can keep talking. Remember, we don't want to talk too much. Take a few things about the shakes that are really stand out to you and are important to you and share those. And at the bottom of this photo here, I say we have shake days, we have cleanse days, but the things I'm going to share with you at the bottom, we do every day. I talk about the natural accelerator. I say this is a non-stimulant way to help your body to want to have the desire to burn more fat. It's got green tea, cayenne pepper, apple cider vinegar, and cinnamon in these capsules. Then I talk about the IsaFlush. I say it's not a laxative. You don't have to worry about getting addicted to it. This is a great way to help keep your intestinal tract clean. One of the ingredients is bentonite clay. Bentonite clay will attach to impurities inside of the intestines and help to remove them. So this is another thing that you can use every day. And then I spend a little bit of time talking about our Ionic Supreme, which we all know that we call Happy Juice. Ionic Supreme, you get a daily dose of this, and it helps your body's to normalize its stress response. Stress releases a whole bunch of chemicals in your body that have a negative effect. When you drink the Ionic Supreme, you're getting 70 trace minerals. You're getting a full spectrum of B vitamins, in addition to a multitude of other herbs, but specifically you're getting adaptogens. And these adaptogens, there's been over 2,000 clinical studies done on adaptogens themselves. And what they do is they help to normalize your body. So if your energy is low, it's going to make you feel more energetic, not stimulant energetic, just natural energy. And if your energy is too high and you're high strung, it's going to balance you out and help you to feel less on edge. So it works incredibly. And we do this every day, both shake days and cleanse days. Again, I ask if there's questions and then I move on. So then now I go directly into the packages and I say, you do not have to start with a pack. But what I have found in the last 5 years is if you do not start with a pack, you're just not going to have the same success, because we are very habitual people. It takes about 30 days to form a new habit. So when you start with a system that you can follow for 30 days, it helps you to create a new nutritional habit. And that's what I want for people. I want them to create a new nutritional habit to make it very easy. I start with the 30-day system. I say this is a basic system. This is a great way for people to get started. It ends up being about $10 a day. You get enough product to have 2 shakes a day for 30 days, 4 days of our complete cleansing system, and you get the Ionic Supreme, 1 serving of that every day for 30 days for about $10 a day. The premium pack is a better way to get started if you can afford that. It's about $15 a day. You get all of the things that are available in the 30-day system, but you also have some snacking options. You're getting meal replacement bars. You're getting the chocolate. And I make sure that I always talk about the success rate of people on the system in general when they have chocolate for their cleanse days. You get our savory snacks, our Whey-Thins, and now we have a delicious dairy-free option there as well. You get a box of our natural energy shots. Lord knows I could talk about those for a whole meeting. It's a natural way to get a quick energy boost that you're not going to crash from, tastes delicious, and just will give you sustained energy and mental clarity. And you get the blender along with this package as well. But if it works within your budget, my number 1 package that I recommend is the value pack. This one is about $20 a day. And you get all of the basic options that are in the 30-day system. You get the snacking options that are in the premium pack. But in addition to that, you get our complete essentials with Isogenesis. And I talk a little bit about what is in that packet. You have your CoQ10, you have your omegas, your D vitamins, you're having women-specific minerals, you're getting a very high potency vitamin C, and you're getting Isogenesis, which is literally like cutting edge telomere support that you're getting a packet in the AM and the packet in the PM. And that comes in this package. This is the package that I recommend the most. It has the greatest results because people are not just getting the basics, they're getting all these other things that really help the system to work together the best. So I just go over this again. The 30-day system, you're getting meal replacements and the cleansing system. With the 30-day premium pack, you're getting meal replacements, the cleansing system, and the snacking. And with the value pack, you're getting the meal replacements, the cleansing system, the snacking, and the complete daily vitamin packs. So the second question that people ask, first is always about cleansing. Is it a poop cleanse? And the second is, well, how much is it? And this is a very important thing for you to be talking about with people. So I tell them, listen, the shakes break down to less than $3 a meal. And so it's not that you're doing Isogenics and what you were doing before. You're doing Isogenics and you're removing some of the things that you're doing. You're literally going to be replacing about 2/3 of your meals with Isogenics. So I ask people, check your bank account and see how much you spent in the last 30 days on coffee shops, restaurants, grocery stores, fast food. How much did you spend? And what results did you get? And even more importantly, how did you feel on those products? When you start Isogenics, you're going to feel amazing. And more often than not, people really significantly save money on Isogenics. But if that still isn't good enough, then I'm going to show you how you can get your products paid for. And so I'm going to stop the screen share just for a moment here because I want to show you something here. I want to show you that what I bring to every presentation is this white paper back here and an easel. And at this time, I will actually draw out you share, they share. And I think this is very important. I will ask one of the guests if I can use them. And so let's say that our guest name is Sue. I'll say, Sue, is it okay if I use you for this example? And she'll say, oh yeah, sure. And so I'll say, okay, Sue, I'm sure while you're sitting here, you've probably been thinking like, yes, I need this, and so needs this, and so needs this. So give me the name of 2 people that you think might need some of these amazing products. And so she'll give me the name. I go through you share, they share with her and her names. And while I'm doing this, this is triggering for her. Oh, I need to call them. Everybody's listening. Okay. And I ask everybody at this point if anybody has any questions. If people start asking questions about the business, I will go a little bit deeper. And sometimes, if they really are interested, I'll flip my paper over from You Share, They Share, and I will draw out the team pay, the cycle pay. I'll show 300, 600 equals $54, and I'll show the max out. What's the max out on that one position? Depends on the group. If the group is not biting, I leave it there. And I use this as an example. I say, look around you. Just with this in this home tonight, we've done this. You share, they share. So you can really earn your the cost of your products back very, very quickly. Okay, I'm going to go back to the screen share because I want to finish the slides here. So we were on this slide here. And so again, I ask if they have any questions. And once we're done with that, I say, okay, and this is the final screen. So does anybody have any questions about anything that we talked about, both product or the business? Great time for people to ask. I encourage it. I keep it very light so they feel comfortable asking. And then I bring this up. I say, listen, we are more than happy to come to your home and do this, so that you can invite the people that you know that you think would like to start this product and get your products paid for as well. So we have our calendar here tonight. Let us know. We would love to get that booked tonight. And if you have not watched my video on BAMFAM, go watch it, because this is when we do the BAMFAM. And I end the presentation with this. When you become a member of Isagenix, you have the opportunity to participate in the IsaBody Challenge. The IsaBody Challenge is an ongoing transformation contest. I remind them, do you remember the show, The Biggest Loser? Why did we love it? We loved it because we were engaged in the transformation. This is a 16-week transformation contest. And whether you've lost weight or gained weight or stayed the same, by completing 16 weeks, Isagenix rewards you with $200 in free product coupons, as well as a t-shirt and this cool certificate. And you can actually do that 3 times a year. So every year, by participating and completing the IsaBody Challenge, you can earn $600 in product coupons. I think that's pretty amazing. And so I allow people to ask questions at that point if they have any questions about the IsaBody Challenge. And at that point, I say, okay, now we're going to mix up shakes. In a perfect world, there's more than one person. There's 2 people. One will go mix up shakes, and the other is passing out applications and answering questions for people. When I'm passing out applications and I'm answering questions, I individually ask each person, would you be interested in hosting a presentation? I brought my calendar. We could get it on the books now. I'm engaging, I'm answering questions, and now we're in the meeting after the meeting. This is so important. I want to tell you a couple of things. I buy these at my local party supply store, and this is what I put my shakes in. They're only getting a taste, very, very small. And I mix them in a very specific order so that it is pleasing to the palate. I mix them. I start with the vanilla, then I go to the chocolate, and then I go to the strawberry. It's gaining in sweetness. I've learned by trial and error that if I start any other way, some of the shakes are not as pleasing to the palate. Now that we have chocolate mint as a permanent flavor, I will sometimes add a 4th in, but typically I just do those 3. And I will bring 3 packets with me so that just to keep it easy and so that the person hosting doesn't necessarily always have to use her product, especially if she's brand new. And so that's it. It's pretty easy, isn't it? Very easy to duplicate, very fun to do. We keep it fun, be yourself, but remember to do the same thing over and over, because the more simple that it is for the people that are watching, the more excited and encouraged they'll be to do it themselves.